It's week number 69, and we're now going to talk about one of the most famous Kuen Kuit of all, and the one that, for me anyway, summarizes Wing Chun perfectly in one short series of characters, 8 characters in Chinese altogether. Loi Lau, Hoi Song, Lat Sau Jik Chung. If we take it in 3 parts, which is how it's expressed, Loi Lau, the first 2 characters, means when something comes in, you meet with it, you remain with it, you intercept it. It's basically where Bruce Lee got his inspiration for the idea of Jeet Kuen Do, the Intercepting Fist. Loi Lau, something comes in, you make a contact with it. You shut it down, you close it down as best you can. Hoi Song literally means to send off or see off. It's based on a Chinese concept which some people in the West might be aware of. It's a very, very popular idea within Asian culture. If you have a guest come to your home, when it's time to leave, you don't just say at the door, okay, bye, see you next week, and slam the door. It's very normal to walk them down the driveway, walk them down the street, maybe even walk them all the way to the station or escort them all the way to the airport if they're taking a plane flight, because you want to escort your guest to their destination or as far as you can take them. So Hoi Song translates for Wing Chun purposes as if the enemy tries to move away from you, stay with them, escort them. In other words, go where they go so that you keep the pressure on them. And finally, Lat Sau Jik Chung is the concept of when there's a collision of forces, an obstruction to your means of trying to get in, and suddenly that obstruction disappears for whatever reason, without hesitation, your arm should fly forward and begin attacking your opponent. Combined together, that's a perfect summary of how Wing Chun operates as a fighting system. So again, I invite Wei Chun to help me out. So he throws an attack at me, I try and meet with it. I might meet with it with a defensive action, but ideally I'll meet with it with an attacking action of my own. I don't just try to block his punch, because by the time I go for my second one, he's got his second one. So Wing Chun suggests to us always, if an attack comes, put something in its place and hit back straight away. So Loi Lau, when something comes, you greet it, you intercept it, you meet it. Hoi Song, we're in close, we've made contact, he tries to back away. I don't just let him back away, because if I do that, he has an opportunity now to relaunch an attack. Better idea would be if we've got contact and he backs away, go with him, send him off, escort him. So anytime, let's say I'm on the inside and we've got this kind of configuration and I've beaten that punch, I've jammed it up, so he tries to back off for another shot, I should follow him in. And finally, Lat Sau Jik Chung, Wing Chun should be cultivating, as it does from the beginning of your training in the Sinuntal form with the slow Tan Sau and the slow Fuk Sau action, the idea that whenever you have contact with your enemy, you're using your elbow to aim towards your opponent's center of mass. Not in a heavy forward pressing way from the body, from the shoulder, but from the elbow and from the core. So if he removes that hand without hesitation, your hand goes forward. Even if he's pushing me outwards, I don't push back, because if he removes that, I would fly this way. But if I focus my elbow towards his core, if he takes that away to try something else, he gets hit. This is a very important thing to cultivate, because within a fight, if your hands are always looking to hit and you don't have to consciously tell your hands to hit, you're always going to be very, very fast and have an advantage over your opponent. So Loi Lau, Hoi Song, Lat Sau Jik Chung, a very important concept for Wing Chun. See you next week.